When the Shandong fleet flew into Hong Kong's Victoria Harbour, the five-star red flag on the bow of the ship, two unique shape of the Z-18 series of helicopters, on the deck instantly ignited the enthusiasm of countless military fans. This 13-ton medium helicopter, its development history can be called the Chinese Navy equipment construction of special footnote, but also leads to a core question. Why in the Z-20 ship base type has been unveiled in 075 amphibious assault ships and marine police ships today, as the absolute main force of the Navy's Shandong carrier, still relying on the seemingly veteran of the Z-18 series. The reason behind this is far from being a simple matter of the old guard. Behind this is far from a simple, old and new problem, but the deep veins of the naval equipment development, acute capacity conflicts and well-thought-out strategic balance. Z-18 series is not out of nowhere. Its roots are deeply rooted in the domestic Z-8C type helicopter soil. In the early 2010s, the Chinese Navy's strategic transformation accelerated. The normalization of escort missions in the Gulf of Aden put forward a severe test of ocean-going security, and the more critical aircraft carrier project was officially launched, making the desire for shipborne early warning and anti-submarine capabilities rise to an unprecedented strategic height. Thus, the Z-18J Alert aircraft program came into being. Its design logic and the equipment development environment at the time appeared pragmatic, and even some anti-conventional. The primary goal is to solve the have no problem. To ensure that the carrier fleet has its own air, the first goal is to solve the problem of availability, to ensure that the carrier formation has its own airborne early warning eyes, and performance optimization is placed in subsequent iterations to gradually realize this. Helicopter, which is figuratively referred to by military fans as an airborne radar outpost, has undergone a key modification. On the basis of the Z-8C airframe, it has been retrofitted with a large retractable radome, and the domestic KLC-1 Magic Eye radar system has been integrated inside. Although there are different interpretations of its detection range in the public information, there is a certain degree of controversy, but its successful deployment and normalization of the use of the Chinese carrier fleet to end the lack of independent airborne early warning force of the history of its strategic significance cannot be overemphasized. Z-18J's emergence for the follow-up of more advanced early warning helicopters paved the way to the research and development of the formation of the anti-aircraft anti-missile system, builds the key cutting edge of the sensing node. With the Z-18 in the aircraft carrier, to pick a big beam, in stark contrast, is a 10-ton general-purpose helicopter. Z-20 shipboard type has long been in the 075 amphibious assault ship deck to complete the takeoff and landing, and its figure also appeared in the flight deck of the marine police ship Z-20 with its more advanced configuration. Better flight performance, especially more compact hull size, is widely regarded as the future of the Z-18J. The Z-18J is the most important helicopter in the world. With its more advanced configuration, better flight performance, and especially more compact hull size, the Z-20 is widely regarded as the ideal shipboard helicopter platform for future Chinese naval surface ships, especially the escort fleet, and carries high hopes of replacing the Z-9, Ka-28, and even some Z-18 missions. However, a huge reality lies ahead of the ideal blueprint: severe capacity constraints. The Z-20 faces the dilemma of multiple marriages. According to the information summarized from various sources, the Z-20 is currently relying on two production bases in Harbin and Jiandagen for manufacturing, with the annual production estimated to be in the range of 120 to 150 units. However, from all branches of the Army's demand list of the long, urgent, can be said to be shocking, the core of the Army's construction of new combat forces, Air Assault Brigade, the demand for transport assault type Z-20 is extremely large. Navy, not only the newly constructed 0.55 million tons of large drive 0.52D DL destroyers, 0.54B frigates need to carry anti-submarine and general-purpose type 0.75, 0.76 and other amphibious assault ships, as the consumption of large Air Force Special Operations Forces have a unique need for special mission type Z-20. In addition, the Marine Police Department of the large law enforcement vessels are also actively seeking to install the Marine Police version of Z-20. Just take the second batch of 0.55 destroyers under mass construction as an example. Each ship is equipped with 2 helicopters as standard, and it is conservatively estimated that at least 30 shipborne anti-submarine Z-20Fs are needed to meet the basic deployment requirements. The engine and drivetrain capacity of the Z-20 is currently the most critical bottleneck. A number of military analysts coincidentally pointed out the crux of the matter. Although the Z-20 provides core power for the turboshaft-10 engine has been announced a breakthrough in technology to solve the heart disease problem, but the stable mass production of high-performance aviation engines, involving extremely complex processes, stringent quality control and a long supply chain to climb the hill, never overnight. From can build to can be stable, efficient, high-volume manufacturing, need time and resources to continue to invest. On the contrary, Z-18 series, after Z-8F, Z-18, J, F and other models of continuous improvement and upgrading, which uses the turbine shaft 6C engine and its supporting drive system, has long been fully localized. Production line is mature and stable. Maintenance and security system has been running for many years, has been very perfect. For aircraft carriers, amphibious assault ships such as deck space and hangar volume is relatively rich for large platforms. At this stage continue to use mature and reliable technology, smooth security system, without taking up additional Z-20 key production capacity resources. Z-18 series, from the overall cost-effectiveness ratio and combat effectiveness of the generation of speed, is undoubtedly a more sensible and pragmatic choice. Naval Equipment Department in the Z-18 and Z-20 deployment platform on the differentiation of choice clearly reveals its deep strategic considerations and resource optimization logic. The core idea is, in the Z-20 production capacity is not yet able to fully meet all the needs of the window period, must prioritize this valuable new general-purpose platform, configured to the platform size and performance enhancement of the most sensitive. The largest benefit of small and medium-sized ships. To this end, the Navy has spared no effort in investing resources to carry out targeted modifications to the existing major ships. The 052DL destroyers have significantly extended their flight decks, and the later batches of the 054 frigates have optimized and upgraded their hangars, with the core objective of these changes being to ensure that they are able to smoothly carry and efficiently operate the Z-20 series, which is more compact in size and superior in performance. Prioritizing the supply of the Z-20 to the escort fleet can quickly and significantly improve the aviation capability and overall combat effectiveness of these ships, which are tasked with heavy combat patrol, escort and anti-submarine missions. For the Shandong ship, such as a huge deck and spacious hangar carrier platform, continue to use the relatively large body, but mature technology, logistics, and has been deeply integrated into the carrier aviation operations system Z-18 series at this stage, but constitute the actual, optimal solution. In the Z-20 production capacity has not been fully released climbing period, give full play to the potential of mature technology. Production capacity has guaranteed Z-18 series to ensure that the carrier formation and amphibious assault ship group to maintain a reliable and effective aviation early warning and anti-submarine warfare, and not wait for the perfect equipment and combat effectiveness window period. The first is the perfect equipment, and there is no window period of combat effectiveness. At the same time, through the adaptive transformation of the frigate platform, gradually and orderly introduction of the Z-20, not only verified the technology, training the team, but also steadily improved the aviation combat capability of the forward-deployed ships. Z-18 continues to be active, on the one hand, for the Navy to provide the indispensable combat support, on the other hand, also for the Z-20 and its core power turboshaft-10 engine for the extremely valuable, the capacity to climb and technology fully mature window of time. Looking ahead, with the full rollout of the turboshaft-10 engine production line, and the steady increase in production capacity, the production rate of the Z-20 series will surely usher in a qualitative leap. In the next 5 years or so, we can fully expect the Z-20 shipborne version will gradually expand its deployment range and eventually become the backbone of the naval escort fleet and even the carrier and amphibious shipborne aviation force. However, before reaching that ideal state, the Z-18 series, with its mature, reliable, powerful security and strong mission adaptability, will still serve as an indispensable transition pillar in the Chinese Navy's carrier fleet, silently supporting the big country's Navy's solid footsteps toward the deep blue.